Welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. This is a lazy Sunday afternoon, and I had nothing really on the agenda, but I saw a video from Ron Baudry, and it inspired me to do my own video in a similar style. What I did was I went, every audiophile has their good stuff in a certain place, all the mint, pressings and top titles, all carefully stored. I also have a bunch of stuff that not second tier titles, but they're things that are oddball things, thrift store stuff. And I decided to rescue a box of them and kind of look through them with you. I thought it would be fun because I have very eclectic taste when I'm in the thrift store. You'll see what I mean. I'll try to say something about each one of these, but so let me put them down here. And we'll start. Beatles coffee. And my fake microphone. I'm gonna get a real one soon. Okay, so let's see. This is a totally random selection. Richard Heyman, Voodoo. Had to get it because of the cover art and that it's a living stereo hi-fi production. Don't know much about it, haven't really listened to it more than once, but it was part of that trend of voodoo, tiki, tribal kind of covers from the 50s Exotica boom. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. It's kind of like Exotica and Space Age at the same time. Very interesting. This one is from the Stereo Action series. If you're not familiar with these, they're pretty cool. They come in a hard slipcase and with a die cut cover. And they were like the next big thing after Living Stereo. It's called Stereo Action. And it really was just a gimmick where they panned instruments back and forth over both speakers in a totally unnatural way. But there's a few good ones in the series. There's an Esquivel one that's pretty cool. Yeah, Stereo Action. Great idea. Okay, this one is a living stereo. I've got a couple copies of this. This one's a little beat up. I think I have my good copy in my main collection. Bob Thompson, nice. You can see that cover. It's pretty cool. This is a living stereo popular title. Very entertaining. Definitely, if you see it, get it. What's this? Okay, yeah. I mean, there was a point where whenever I saw a living stereo popular title, I would pick it up. This is, what is his name? Henry Renee, band leader, I guess. Compulsion to Swing. Actually, there's Doc Severinsen, Irby Green, and Al Caiola are on this record. So there's some good musicians on this record. I'll have to give this another listen. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. One of those things I picked up because it was living stereo and because the cover's so beautiful. Okay, this one is another cool one. It's a hi-fi must, it says here. Hi-Fi Must. It's not a living stereo, although it did come out in living stereo as well. But it's Buddy Morrow and his orchestra doing crime jazz, which was a genre in itself that was kind of kick-started by Peter Gunn, Henry Mancini. So yeah, this is, you know, theme from Naked City, theme from Perry Mason, theme from the M Squad, you know, etc. Peter Gunn theme. This is a cool record as well. It is recorded in Webster Hall, and the engineer is Bob Simpson. So this has a good pedigree. It's really solid album, good sound. That was a great recording venue, and later a great dance club too. Okay. Oh, we're on a living stereo roll. Hugo Winterhalter Goes Latin. Back when this was released, everyone was going Latin for at least one album, maybe two. And when you see Hugo, you don't look too Latin. I don't know what he is. For years, I've been intrigued by the beautiful melodies and varied rhythms of Latin music. Sincerely, Hugo Winterhalter. Another fabulous cover with some woman in various states of undress, looking like she's in in some state of abandon. Okay, George Shearing was an interesting artist too, kind of a light jazz. His albums featured beautiful models as well, in various fabrics. This one happens to be blue chiffon, which I thought was kind of beautiful. I think I have one of his others in here too. Oh, we'll probably come to it. Here's a couple more of the Stereo Action series. Moving and Grooving with the Three Sons. Again, it's a stereo action where the sound goes back and forth, or as their tag goes, Victor Stereo Action recording the sound your eyes can follow. Back and forth like a ping pong. And this is Marty Gold, was another one of their innovators. Marty Gold, Stereo Action Goes Hollywood. So all Hollywood themes on this. And this is, I guess, the sampler. I guess I had all my Stereo Actions in this box. Stereo Actions Unlimited. Yeah, this is a sampler. Some of the artists that did these are Ray Martin, Marty Gold, Dick Shorey, who did the famous music for Bang, Barroom, and Harp, an audiophile spectacular. He did a couple of these too. They're not audiophile though, because they're not real instruments in a real space. They're real instruments floating around the sound stage. So, okay, so Edmundo Ros and his orchestra were a true Latin band, big band, and their records are generally fantastic, especially the earlier ones, the blueback ones on the London label. When they got to Phase 4, I thought his sound kind of suffered. It might have been technically a little better, but the early ones are the ones to get. These feature Stereo Phase 4. This one actually has all the fancy technical specifications of the system. Pretty cool. Let's see what else is here. Well, I just had to get this for the cover, but not that it does that much for me, but I thought it was neat. Cha Cha Cha. This is an audiophile label called Audio Fidelity, not to be confused with the earlier one. I mean the later Audio Fidelity. And they produced a lot of albums like this. Their tag was A Study in High Fidelity Sound. This is a good dance record, obviously. Cha-cha-cha. Let's see. Okay, you gotta throw this one in here. Jackie Gleason of the Honeymooners fame was also a conductor of mood music. And this one is called Opiate d'Amour. And as you can see, the lovers are in a pink cloud, which is nice. Personally, his records, I think they suck, but the covers are good. I know some may disagree with me, but... Oh, okay, this one is really cool too. If you ever find it, get it. Adventure in Sound by Denny Guglielmi? I don't know. Guglielmi. Vocals by Dina. That must be Dina, I guess. Looking fabulous. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting record. It's on a very budget label called Tops. Okay, here is another audiophile label from the back in the day. And this is the record that started the Exotica craze. The label is Hi-Fi Records, Hi-Fi Recordings it's called, and Taboo. Everything at this time was taboo. So, here's another cool one. Javier Cugat, who later married Sharo, and she was famous for that, and she's actually a good guitarist, and seems to have a wonderful personality. He was a big conductor in that time. He recorded this for Living Stereo, and this is also engineered by Bob Simpson, so sound is pretty good. Let me take a break for 1 second because we're having some interference. Okay, I'm back. I live with a couple other people and don't always have absolute silence to do the videos. It's getting a little warm in here. It's like 90 something degrees out here in Miami, and I have the air conditioning off so it won't make a roar in the background. So if I start sweating, please forgive me. So this is a really neat album. This is called Staged for Stereo, and it was Capitol's stereo demonstration record. And what's neat about it is it comes in a clamshell case like that. Sort of like a big CD case. Musically, not too interesting. Not at all. Really bad, actually. Okay, oh. Well, look at this. Okay, if you don't have this record and you like percussion and you like good sound, you can't beat this one. This was on the Absolute Sound Super Disc list forever. It's called Music for Bang, Barroom, and Harp, Dick Shorey's new percussion ensemble. Their best record, recorded by Bob Simpson, I think. Recorded in Chicago Orchestra Hall. Okay, I think it's Bob Simpson. Anyway, yeah, this is, I remember I wanted this record so bad because I was on the Absolute Sound list and I paid $50 for one once, and I've since found a couple others and got the classic reissue, but this is probably a copy that, you know, is not in tip-top shape, but there you have it. Even in the glassine, which is nice. We should go back to glassine. Okay. Now we have Esquivel, Strings Aflame. Strings Aflame. Another woman going crazy on the cover. It was a thing then. If you've never heard an Esquivel album, they're totally hilarious. Just, he's an orchestrator, and the way he puts things together is really something. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, more ladies losing it. David Carroll, Let's Dance Again and Get Crazy. He looks really square there. I guess he was. Yeah. All right, and okay, we can't have a segment on this kind of music without mentioning Martin Denny. Martin Denny also was doing Exotica music, and this is one of his compilations. He also often had women on the cover looking gorgeous. There's another one. Somebody's mother. And okay, so Audio Fidelity also had this thing about accordion music. I don't know what it was, but he did accordion music. It's a audiophile spectacular. No, I'm kidding. It's a study in stereophonic high fidelity. I don't know what the story was with that, but okay, this is an example of a good Edmundo Ros album. This is High Fiesta, Hi-Fi Esta. High Fiesta, I guess you say. This is the rare Decca pressing. It's also available on London, blueback, and I highly recommend this one. If you're going to get one, this is fantastic, and you'll thank me. You'll be dancing around your listening room. More along the percussion. I bought this because it's percussion and because it's Mercury Living Presence. Well, Mercury Hi-Fi stereo. Yeah. I'm not sure if Robert Fine recorded this, but you know, those are always interesting to check out. Then everybody got on the percussion bandwagon, even the cheapo labels. This is a knockoff of Command record. You know, it's got the graphic design that Command was famous for and everyone copied. And you know what's funny? It's got a blue back, but it's not a London. It makes it look like it's a London. This is a Stereo International Award Series. Probably got these in the Woolworths or something. Let's see. Okay, I gotta shorten this up, even though we're having such a good time. Let's see. Here's quickie, another accordion spectacular by Joe Basil. This one was done in a glossy Stoughton gatefold. So it was one of their premier products. Here's another one, Al Melgard at the Chicago Stadium organ. Yeah, it's quite a console there. And what is this? Okay, this is, yeah, we don't have to bother with that. Oh my God, another accordion record. This one on Time Records by Dominic Cortez. I guess these were popular. Here's another one. My goodness. Accordion de España. I live in Miami and my Spanish is terrible. Okay, here we have the Dancing Girls again. Let's dance again. And okay, some other Edmundo Ros albums. There's one other one I wanted to show you. Let's see if I can get these over here. Oh, it's getting darker up. Okay. This is interesting. This is called Word Jazz by Ken Nordine, where he narrates over a jazz soundtrack. It's worth seeking out. It's really cool. This is called The Stray Away Child, and it was on the TAS Super Disc list for the longest time. It's a small company pressing, all acoustic, handmade instruments. Pretty cool too. Oh, this, I want to mention this label and this artist. Terry Snyder, Mr. Percussion, did a number of records for different labels, including Command. This is United Artists premium series called Wall to Wall Sound, Ultra Audio. So this was an audiophile record back in the day. Probably has a description of the audio. And yeah, Terry Snyder is very talented. This is really good arrangements and stuff. And then three more. Dick Hyman on the Command label. His records really stand out from the rest of the Command label. This one is really cool. Happening. So he takes current hits like the In Crowd, Michelle, Yesterday, theme from Zorba the Greek, and he treats them to a rare and exciting, startling musical approach on a harpsichord. Okay, three more, sorry. Okay, this is Audio Fidelity also. They had a thing with the Arab music too. This is music of the African Arab. This is the second edition. There was a #1 edition as well. Again, nice glossy gatefold. Okay, and then George Shearing had a thing for textured surfaces, I guess, because we looked at blue chiffon earlier, and here we have velvet carpet. So she's luxuriating on a velvet carpet with chandeliers. It's very gorgeous. And last but not least, on Emus Records, How to Strip for Your Husband by Anne Corio. Music to make marriage merrier. And it's conducted by Sonny Lester. And they are burlesque type things. So you can strip. Anyways, that's a trip through one box of stuff. I've got hundreds of them. So I'll do some more videos on that because it is kind of fun to look at those things. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This is Scott from The Pressing Matters. Have a great day. Bye.